Welcome to Jason Gardenia, the author of Headhunt and Senescence, plays Minecraft. Why am I playing Minecraft instead of writing? Don't ask me stupid questions. I've been hard at work, okay? If you were wondering, my skin is, wandered from Punishing Grey Raven. Why am I not one of my own characters? I'm fucking lazy, and I'm bad at making Minecraft skins, so maybe I could pull up those Q&A questions from what I had. The reason why I held off making the 100 follower Q&A was because I wasn't confident in my voice. I'm still not, but I need to realize I need to not rely on text-to-speech anymore and just start speaking, even if I have a throat issue that makes it so speaking for a long time hurts. Okay, I pulled up the questions. Is there a reason why you use TTS or voice filters instead of a regular speaking voice? I used to do that. I still kind of do for my TikTok videos, but I do it because I cannot speak for long periods of time, and I also, I struggle to speak with a script. I also, if you haven't noticed, I have a flat affect, which is something that prevents me from speaking with emotion in my voice. I can force emotion, but it doesn't come naturally in my voice. So that's why I kind of sound depressed, because I am. My flat affect is a side effect of me having depression and also autism. It's probably either of them. I'm just gonna say it's both for now, because I haven't been to a therapist or doctor to talk about it, but I just know I have a flat affect. Anyway, next question. What inspires my art? So, as most humans do, I have a life, and my life, has had its ups and downs. And there are certain parts of my life that I feel have affected me in such a way that I need to draw about it. I need to make art. I need to vent about it. So that's what started, I guess. That's what started my passion for drawing, because it was something I could do besides being traumatized. So I started drawing, and a lot of my old art, if you find a lot of my old art, it is pretty fucked up and problematic, but it's a result of what was going on at the time. And since my general quality of life has improved, like, I'm not getting traumatized every single day anymore, I have started refining all those old stories, and now I'm putting them into, writing and comics. I also listen to a lot of music, and I am a fucking weeb, even though I don't like to admit it. I am a fucking weeb. I am a dirty, sad, pathetic little weeaboo, and I watched anime all the time on Netflix, so I got inspired by all that. And with listening to a lot of music, I also have something called synesthesia, which is a thing that can happen with the brain where it interprets certain things with senses, like different senses, which is not normal, I'm pretty sure, for brain processing. Like, if you taste something, that only really activates the part of your brain that processes taste. But for me, specifically, I have word and sound color association, aka if I listen to, if I listen to someone's voice, I'm gonna pick their voice up as a color. If I pick up a song, it's gonna be a color. If I hear a word, it's gonna be a color. So, yeah. And by the way, in my opinion, science is red, math is green, language arts is yellow, art is blue. Those are the correct color folders. I am also kind of the sad, pathetic artist who imagines their characters to music videos but can never commit to actually finishing one. So I listen to a lot of music, and almost every single song in my playlist I associate with a character, and I have a in my head music video or animation to go with it, which is really sad, really pathetic. But hey, that's me, baby. What kind of music do I like? I love Vocaloid. Vocaloid is one of the first music genres I listened to that wasn't because my parents listened to it. I also like Sigilcore. I like Odacore, which is what Odatari makes. I like Anarch, which is Asteria. I think Barely Human's music genre is Sassy Scene. I don't fucking know. I like alternative music. But I like funk, metal, trance, dubstep. I love electronic music. And I also like music that has a lot of bass in it because it makes, in my head, it feels really nice. Like, very, very nice. I love the sound of bass in my ears. So, if I had to say specific music artists I would like, I'd say Asteria, Dasu, Vanguard Sound, which is technically cheating because it's a music studio that gets commissioned by games and game studios to make songs. Like, Vanguard does music for Punishing Gray Raven, but I also think they do it for songs like Girls Frontline. I think they've done songs for Arknights. I'm not sure, but I mostly listen to the PGR music because it has some of my favorite tracks. Like, I have to remember them all off the top of my head. One More Round is a good one. I associate that with Marcus. What else? Moonlit Occultation in my memory. But I also listen to some Utaites, which is a Japanese cover artist. It's a genre of artists who mostly cover songs, and it's a Japanese term. So, like, artists, you know, they're idols. So, like, Chogakuse and Dongden, I think they're really cool. What made me think up the story of Senescence? So, Senescence, first off, is a very religious story, and I do have somewhat of a religious background. I've talked about it more on my CARA account. I don't want to get into it here because I will start crying like a bitch. But yeah, it was caused by a lot of, like, religious guilt and confused emotions I had growing up. I also, at the time of all that stuff going on, I was really into horror. So I read a lot of horror novels. Like, I don't know if anybody knows what Frankenweenies is. If you know what Frankenweenies are, or like that book series, you are the fucking goat. But yeah, point being, I've read a lot of fucked up horror, and it sort of projected into how I write specific parts of Senescence. Because on top of Senescence being a religious guilt story and kind of getting over that, it is also just flat out horror. I classify it as a thriller, or a psychological thriller horror, or a thriller romance, or a yaoi in what if we were both altar boys and we kissed kind of thing. But well, no, because there's no altar boys in Senescence. Anyway, there's also other inspiration from Senescence, and it comes from older stories I wrote my old problematic fiction. Do you want to hear about my old problematic fiction? So, when I was a kid, when I was a wee lad, I wrote this story called Dragonfly. And in Dragonfly, it starred some of the characters who are now in Headhunt, but some of the characters who are also in Senescence. Essentially, what it was self-insert fiction with me and my friends at that time. I don't talk to those friends anymore. I'd like to say it's not because of that, but it probably was. So, what happened in the story that made it so problematic was, first off, I wrote in... How do I say this so YouTube doesn't nuke me off the site? I wrote in a predator. He was more than a predator, but he was not a good person. He did a lot of awful things to kids. And I wrote him to be redeemed because he did the child hurting because he was forced to? Question mark? I cry every day that I made it, and I have wrote several apologies for it, and I still do not feel like I deserve to be forgiven for writing that, but I was also 13. I was 13. I was a stupid little kid. And also I was in the middle of being preyed on, so a lot of those concepts were normalized to me, and I specifically, got shit from the person who was hurting me for writing in a predator who is a antagonist, and they said, you should write them to be redeemed, because, well, he does some of the stuff I do. Do you think I'm a bad guy? I should have run, dude. But instead, I wrote the guy to get redeemed, and I regret it every day. I still have that character, but he is severely rewritten. But every day I look at him and I think, oh my god, what did I do to you? But Senescence branched off from that story. Because technically, Senescence came from one story, but that one story branched off into two stories, which are now Senescence. Actually, technically it's 4. Are there any colors you avoid in art? Yeah, green. I fucking hate using the color green. Especially... I don't like saturated green, I like desaturated green. I think desaturated green is a lot easier to work with than saturated green. And especially, it doesn't go well with red, which is my favorite color, because that bitch looks like Christmas, and I don't like Christmas. But yeah, that bitch looks like Christmas, and I'm very sad. Are all my stories based off the same world? Yes, they are all in the same universe. A lot of the characters from other stories know each other. Like, Charlie Senescence knows Jace Headhunt, and so on and so forth. Marcus Tremorfort, the central antagonist of Headhunt, is actually Charlie's uncle by marriage. Not biological uncle. He's not related to Charlie biologically. What were the inspirations for my character designs? So I'm gonna go through the list of my characters, because my characters, not Darren's, my co-author, because just because I like talking about them individually. Even though there is some group cohesion, I don't think of my characters as a group. So, for Senescence, Charlie Charlie's design is specifically to make him look unassuming, like, you know, stereotypical anime protagonist, but there are certain features on him that are strange, so it kind of tells you something's up with him. Like, for example, his eyes. So, if you notice my character design for Charlie and his eyes, you will notice that he does not have blown out pupils. His design makes it look like he has blown out pupils. That's not true. That is his iris. He has an iris that has a purple ring around it, but it is black. Charlie's eyes, well, his eyes are naturally white, which is fun, very fun, but he has black eyes with a purple ring around it. But people think the purple ring is his iris, and the black is his pupil. His pupil is the red dot in the center. He has red pupils. So that is freaky fucking deaky. Christopher. Christopher is a priest, so he has certain priest inspirations, but also general, like, Catholic inspirations. For example, he has a clerical collar on his shirt. It is actually it's like a leather choker that looks like a clerical collar, and he puts it underneath his collar, like his shirt collar. Why? Because it's hot. But he also has armor. That specific inspiration is from Crusades, like Crusaders. I think it's funny if Christopher was just constantly ready for another fucking crusade to start, but also he's just a very physically intimidating person. Like, he's violent, so it would make sense if he was, like, geared for violence. Christian is an old motherfucker, so he dresses and how I want to think is nobility. I know it's not era accurate to the time period he lived in and died in, but also, fuck you, I can do whatever I want. He just generally dresses formally, which you could say about a lot of my characters, but Christian especially. He dresses very formally. He's well-groomed, so, you know, his design is to reflect that he is somewhat nobility. Sonata's albino, so that's why he's white. He is Mexican, and he is, forgive me if I butcher this, Algonquin, which is a native group coming from Canada. He's half native Canadian, half Mexican. But he is inspired somewhat by peacocks, by birds, because he is supposed to be a green-cheeked conure. That's why he has the green stuff under his eyes. But he's generally supposed to look like a bird of paradise, because he's my flamboyant little twink. Panphilo, or Fido. Fido is a dog. he is a dog. His nickname is on the nose. He is a dog. So his color palette is inspired by German Shepherds and other, like, hunting dogs. But he is also an alchemist. But he is an alchemist in the sense that he is also a scientist, which, funny enough, is actually contradictory. Alchemy is, from what I know, is, like, outside of science, technically. It is a form of it. I consider how I've written alchemy is a form of science, but it's like in the real world, it's like outside of science. It's inventing new science. Okay, that's enough Q&A. I want to get back to solely focusing on Minecraft. Shit, I'm at -12 again. Need to start every damn time I keep going down here. I'm like, I'm at the diamond diamond level. I'm not at diamond level. They fucking changed it because of the Capes and Clips update. Back. Did I bring my shovel with? Yes. Oh, I'm so smart. Oh. Oh boy. What am I at? Negative 31. Oh shit. How about I turn around? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Fuck. Bro, I just want to fucking mine. I don't want to deal with lava. No. No. Please, I just want to mine. I don't want to deal with lava. I just want more diamonds. Oh. Diamonds, yeah. Diamonds. Plus, I need to start making, like, other shit. I need to make, like, enchantment table. If you're wondering what I'm drinking, by the way, it's not bubbler. It's a sparkling drink called Sparkling Frost from Aldi. Because I can't fucking go to Walmart and get me some fucking bubbler. I haven't had bubbler in like 2-3 months. You would think, oh, that's good because it's caffeinated, and actually, it is good for me, but it's not. You'd think, oh, that's good. Probably should be drinking so much caffeinated drinks. You do not understand. I'm so unhappy, bro. I just need this one thing. Oh, yippee! Diamonds! Oh, only one. Actually, let me check. I knew it wasn't only one. I know that door had a lock on it. And y'all called me crazy. Did you know it's from Diary of a Wimpy Kid? My posture's so fucking bad. I shrimp so hard when I'm sitting in a chair. Like, it's the main reason why I work on my bed most of the time, because my posture is so bad. So I'm gonna have to literally, like, push myself. I have to push myself against my desk in order to prevent me from shrimping. Hit. God damn it. Fuck. I broke my stupid chair the other day. Hold on. I know the strat. Push down the handle. Push it in. I hate having carpeted floors, bro. I want to rip out the carpet in my room so bad. But I can't because this isn't my house. This is my mom's house. I live with my mom. I'm unemployed and I live with my mom. I don't know if I should talk about this because I think this person still follows me and I'm not much of a drama person. But someone messaged me once about one of my characters, Shrimp. And they were talking about, like, oh, I love her design. And I was like, okay, cool. And they started insinuating that she was hot. Like, I can pull up the DMs right now. So, like, if you are the person who said this to me, shame on you. Someone entered my put this on the screen. I need to put this on the screen. I need y'all to show. I need y'all to see this. I need to fucking chill. I need to chill. I need to chill out. I need to chill out. I'm so normal, guys. Sorry. What the fuck was I talking about? I was not recording. God damn it. I was talking shit about somebody. I just realized I was talking shit about somebody. So I need to check the DMs. I forgot to do that. I was so joy and happy pilled. So I'm not gonna say the name of the person, obviously, because that's rude and mean, and you know, I don't like stirring drama. So just know, if you're seeing this and you know who you are and you recognize this as you, shame on you. I'm Arrow Ace and Shrimp is a lesbian. So they start the DM with, "Hello, I came to ask about one of your OCs, Shrimp, which I like lol. Is Shrimp a single lady?" I said, "Nar, she's not," because I was trying to play it off with humor. But I was actually very uncomfortable, you know, and humor is one of my coping mechanisms when I'm uncomfortable. They replied, "Interesting. Who the lucky mans?" I said, "One of my boyfriend's OCs." So, throughout this conversation, I did not deny if Shrimp was straight or not, because they didn't ask, and I frankly wanted the interaction to be over. Shrimp's not. Shrimp is a lesbian. She has a beautiful girlfriend, who she is very happy with. And I think at this point, Shrimp wasn't even in this relationship. I think Shrimp was single, but I was just saying she was taken just so they'd not be weird about it or offer a ship or, I don't know, self-ship. They say, "Whoa, also nice. Have you drawn Shrimp outside her uniform? I ask out of curiosity." I said, "Not really. Haven't drawn her for a bit." They say, "Ooh, can you give me more trivia about Shrimp?" Colon 3. I say, "Let me think about something interesting." I was gonna leave them on red, or with that, but I feel bad. So I reply again. "She's not a shrimp, she's a nudibranch, and she has a roommate who's a shrimp named Nudibranch." They reply, "Lol swap." Also, looking at Shrimp, why do I feel like she's a study first, love later vibe? She also kind of feels ace. I don't know, I just love, or just doesn't love outside, at the moment, outside her boyfriend. Which is true. But why would you say that and then proceed to say what you say next? I say, "She's A-spec, yeah. Less more study now, more like be loud and aggressive and cook now, study later." They reply, "Knew it," which means I can't say smash lol. I don't reply to them after this because I was so, like, freaked out and uncomfortable. And then they say, or no one can say smash to her outside only boyfriend. And then, 20 minutes later, they say, "Also, yes, she be cooking." And then, 2 hours, almost 3 hours later, 2 hours, they say, "Also, hopefully I see more of Shrimp, especially in different drip." When I tell you, this made me not want to draw Shrimp anymore. He's conventionally attractive. He uses that to his advantage sometimes. He is attractive to show that... What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. 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 That's fine. That is rather strange. Okay. So I guess I need to make sure I do not go that way. What the fuck? Oh, diamond. Sorry, I was on about something so serious. Like my boundaries as a creator. And then I see that. I see my old path. And I also get a shit ton of... Wow. Wow. Okay. This is the way to go. But yeah. My boundaries are, if you're gonna be sexual with my OCs, don't tell me about it. Yeah. So I think this will be the final thing I do before I stop playing Minecraft, because it says I've been playing Minecraft for 3 hours. I know people could go longer. I know I've gone longer. If you look at my Twitter, I've gone 24 hours long. But I do need to take a little break, because I'm starting to get Minecraft out. So I guess I could make it over here. So let me... carve out the land. So I need to essentially make all this even with dirt, except I don't have that much dirt. I don't think. So I was on call with my father, and while I did that, I did the fence for this. Funsies, funsies. So this will be where I keep the animals that I eventually get, but I guess since I have no animals, this is all I can really do. Alright, so yeah, I guess that'll be the end of this Let's Play. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope it was fun. I hope it was insightful if you follow me from CARA, especially on my OCs. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I hope if you were drawing along, your art turned out amazing. If you were building along, I hope your build turned out amazing. If you were doing anything along, I hope it was productive. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.